Okay, hey guys, so in today's video I'm just going to be talking about how I cover my acne scars. I guess if you haven't noticed by now, I suffer from acne, and as a result of acne I suffer from acne scars. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how I cover those up. On this camera it doesn't show you like the full extent to how bad like my scarring is. I'm sorry if I'm dry. My acne medication makes my skin like really dry, so I'm sorry if my skin looks really ashy. But so I have like a lot of discoloration, like especially like around my mouth, discoloration around my forehead, in the middle of my forehead, dark circles on the side of my face, all around. So I'm just going to be showing you guys what I use to cover that up. So this foundation, I really like this foundation. I use the black Opal in the color All Chocolate. So that's my color, All Chocolate, or Old Chocolate, All Chocolate. The name of the foundation is Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation. And it's really awesome because it does kind of hold up to that, and it's really cheap. You can get this at Walmart for like maybe like 12 bucks after tax. But it's really good. One thing I like about the consistency of this foundation is that it's really thick and it's very matte. And so since it's matte, it's not really going to reflect like your acne as much, and it's very thick. So the thickness just helps to just kind of give you more coverage. It gives it kind of that concealer vibe, and that's all. Foundation and concealer, they're pretty close. They pretty much kind of sort of do the same thing. So if you get like a good foundation, you won't have to worry about having to find a good concealer as well. And the brush that I really love to use is the small e.l.f. stippling brush. It's very small. It's just a little stippling brush like this. The other thing that helps with covering my acne scars is this it's the Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish HD Micro Powder. It's really good, and it's really when it says micro powder, it's really like a very fine powder, and it just helps to kind of smooth everything out, and it helps to sort of set it at the same time. So I guess I'll just get started and stop rambling and show you guys what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I do, I want to wash my hands. So the first thing I do is I start off with clean hands. So I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. So I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I just filmed a brow tinting video on how I tint my brows. So if you want to check that out, that's on my channel. I'm talking fast because I just filmed that video, and so my camera's probably gonna die in like maybe a few minutes if I don't hurry up, because I filmed that video and it was kind of long. So I washed my hands. I'm gonna put a little moisturizer on my hands because I just washed them. I don't want to be all ashy. And a good primer for acne prone skin is this. I don't know if you can see that. It's the L'Oreal Collagen Moisture Filler. It's really good because so I use an acne treatment, and which dries out my skin. So I need something that's going to moisturize my skin without being too oily and causing me to break out like throughout the day. And this does a good job at that. So if you have acne and you want something that's going to kind of make your skin smooth and moisturize without making it oily, this is really good. And it's not very expensive. You can get it at Walmart or Rite Aid, I think. So I've already applied a little of this earlier. I'm just going to put it on the spots that are very dry. Take some of my foundation, and what I do is I put it on my finger like that, and then I just start going through, putting it on my face all over, like really kind of compactly so that when I go through with my stippling brush, it won't be. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and just kind of add it in. Then I take my stippling brush, let me move my mirror over. And then I take my stippling brush and I go very lightly, like around the areas that I just applied the foundation, so that it won't pick up a lot of the product. That's what's really good about this brush. It's very light at the end, so it won't pick up a lot of the product. So I would just very lightly and quickly start to rub it in. Okay, and then once I finish, I take a little bit of my powder, I put it in like that, and then I just make sure I coat my entire brush. So I make sure I coat my entire brush in the powder, and then I just go back over it very lightly. And that helps to set it, and it also kind of helps to make it look more poreless and more like perfected. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So onto my forehead. To cover up my acne scars. So if you want to be able to just not have to go through the hassle of just like concealer and color correcting, not to say that this method is perfect because it's not, but it does help to cover your scar. Well, it helps me to cover my scarring without having to go through as many steps. So the tip is just get a foundation that's very thick, preferably one that's matte and has like pore filling capabilities, and get you a powder, preferably It Cosmetics by Pores powder is the best. So I hope that advice was helpful to someone. Feel free to check out any of my other videos on my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.